How are you doing, everyone? We would like to take this opportunity to welcome you back to the Crypto Blitz, your home for all of your cryptocurrency needs. You can call me Ripple Van Winkle, your host. I really hope that everyone is having a wonderful day today, folks. The day is Thursday. The weekend and the day of the week when we get paid are on the horizon. It's all I can taste. I am perceiving it. Today is scheduled to be a softball Thursday, but I'm not sure if the weather will be suitable for that down here in Southwest Florida. There is a good chance that additional rain will arrive. There is a good chance that it will rain, and I won't be upset about it all. Have you ever wondered why? Thursday Night Football is available to us. As a result of the Mets' botched 8th inning performance the night before, we now have the Mets in Game 3. This series ought to have been won by us. At this point, we are going to have to move to Game 3, which is kind of intriguing to me because I thought it would be 2 games in Milwaukee and 1 game in New York. But nope, all 3 games are going to be played in Milwaukee. I suppose that is the wild card that you have available to you. Close out this video, there is a lot going on. Listen, we performed a live show the night before. You discussed the Rippleverse, the second appeal, and what it signifies what you said. There are a lot of people going crazy and a lot of people losing their minds. That is going to be covered. We are going to discuss everything that is happening, including the most recent and breaking news, and we are going to attempt to fit everything in. So without further ado, let's get started. Relax and take a seat. The price of Bitcoin, which is presently at $61,000, has dropped by 7% over the course of the last 24 hours. In the event that the theory is correct, there will be a decrease of 4.05%. At the same time as XRP is falling by more than 11%, USDT and USDC are also getting back to their dollar pegs. That is on its way in. IF.T, excuse me, but I have no idea what 72 units of the Halloween Mashup Pride tier were sold in the first 48 hours at the store. The shop store that we have here. When you make a purchase from this location, you have the option of using either a credit card or XRP, and I will transfer the NFT to you. See, we have our very own minting website, which can be found at mint.luxlines.com. It is possible to purchase it on demand by clicking on the Shop NFT button and then scrolling down to any of these collections. After clicking on it, you will be able to proceed with the purchase of it. Just by clicking on the page, it will spin and mint an NFT that will be sent directly to your wallet. There is no need to wait. There is no delay. You make a purchase, link some, and pay for it with XRP. Then, all of a sudden, you have an NFT in your possession. We are still at 178. A little over 48 hours ago, Celestion had 250. They are selling like hotcakes, and the price has skyrocketed without a trading card being included. I believe that if you are able to obtain a particular graded NFT, it is the rare one more is that there are 2 tiers, and if you get them, you will be able to get some free cards with free added value. Give me a moment to show you a picture. 2nd of June, where exactly was XRP located? 51 cents, 2nd of June, a little over 4 months later, on October 3rd, we go forward in time. The cost of XRP is even higher than it was before. 2nd of June, that's with a polite request. Why are we getting so worked up over this? For what reason are we all so anxious, folks? To put that into perspective, we are higher than we were during the summer months, during the boring days of summer, when XRP had dropped by more than 20% in the previous 90 days, back in June. This moment, we are seated at a higher level. The appeal doesn't amount to anything at all. Alright, let me explain. Ripple is going up against the SEC. Following Ripple's victory on all counts, the SEC was defeated by a score of 4-1. They accepted the SEC's demand that they pay the fine. Approximately 125 million, give or take a few million. It is possible that the appeal will be rejected if the SEC decides to pursue it, and if it is possible to dismiss the appeal. What is the reason for ongoing appeals? It is still 4-0 for Ripple. Absolutely nothing will be affected by this appeal. The cryptocurrency known as XRP is not considered a security. We can now say that this is a thing of the past. I believe that the fact that XRP is not a security is the most significant factor for those of us who invest in it. In this particular instance, that is not in doubt. According to a recent article published by Bloomberg, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has filed an appeal against the fine, stating that they are seeking additional funds. As this appeal continues, and we anticipate that it will continue until the year 2025, according to this timeline for the following year, Ripple is still considered to be foreign out. During the live stream that took place yesterday, I mentioned that if you are going to court for a crime such as robbing someone, you will be going to court, you will lose the case, and you will be sentenced to jail for robbery. If you want to appeal and want to be heard again into a new case, or if you want to appeal the existing case because you don't believe all of the evidence or everything was right, or because you are unhappy with the verdict, you can appeal. Here, whereas in the meantime, this appeal is still being considered. Assuming that this matter is taken all the way to the Supreme Court as a result of the Securities and Exchange Commission's victory in their appeal for some inexplicable reason, and assuming that it is taken to the Supreme Court, you may expect this matter to drag on until the year 2028 before it is eventually resolved. The perfect moment before another bull run and another Bitcoin halving is going to occur for the cryptocurrency. I keep stating that this is a nothing burger because of this reason. Moreover, in the meanwhile, we are going to be releasing some really encouraging news. The ETF was submitted by Bitwise. After that, we have another exchange-traded fund ETF that was submitted by Canary. There are now 2 exchange-traded funds ETFs that are based on XRP, and the litigation that is currently being litigated does not have any impact on these ETFs. Is that the case? It's not that complicated. However, XRP is not a security. Therefore, if an asset is not considered a security, you might be able to establish an exchange-traded fund ETF. I take it you didn't notice Bitwise announced that they were withdrawing the ETF, did you? Have you not witnessed Canary withdraw its exchange-traded fund ETF from the market? It is not going to happen, and they are not going to do it. Both the ruling and the filing are presented here. In response to the decision made by Judge Torres, the SEC government submitted a notice of appeal. But the thing that makes this interesting is that, as Eleanor Terrett pointed out, we do not yet know what it is that they are appealing to. At this point, we have no idea what the SEC is making an appeal over. Bloomberg is reporting that they are attempting to appeal and that they are seeking additional funding. It's possible that this is a swindle for money. Perhaps they are interested in attempting to extract a few further dollars from Ripple. As of right now, we do not know. Is it possible that we may acquire additional knowledge today? Without a doubt, we are. In the meantime, however, it is irrelevant. And for the next 2 years, regardless of whether this litigation continues or whether the appeal progresses, it will not make a difference. This is not having any impact on the price of XRP. Because of this, the bull run is not being affected, and XRP is going to miss a bull run that does not have any impact on it. Indeed, the fact that the initial complaint was dismissed had an impact on the situation. How come? Mostly due to the fact that we were unaware of the status of XRP, namely whether or not it was a security. That decision had to be made within a week's time. The ruling is in our possession, and there is no room for debate over it. In the second video, we are going to discuss what Jeremy Hogan has to say because, folks, he pretty much talks everyone off the earth. He convinces everyone to jump from the precipice. This is Stuart Alderati, if you will. Despite the fact that it is disheartening, he argues that the decision of the SEC to appeal is not surprising. Did any of you think that the Securities and Exchange Commission was going to disappear without a trace? We have witnessed how they behave. This is the same occurrence that took place 2 years ago, in the year 2020. Following the dismissal of the complaint by Clayton Heeman, they exit the building. Similarly, the individual who decided to withdraw this lawsuit has now left the premises as well. Please keep in mind that we are going to enter an election period which is around, 6 weeks away? It will be 7 weeks later, in the month of November. Have you given any thought to the possibility that Gary Gensler and his team will continue to serve in the SEC even in the event that a new administration is appointed? Have you given any thought to the possibility that Gensler and his team may either quit their jobs or be dismissed, and that a new administration will come in and say, "This is enough, we're done, this case is over, and we accept the loss"? It is important for the SEC to get off to a strong start. If a new administrator were to come in for them and tell them, "Look, lawsuits are over, we're all fine," wouldn't that be the finest thing that could happen to someone? XRP is not a security in this jurisdiction, which is a relief, and we are ready to go. The comments made by garlinghouse indicate that if Gensler and the SC had been sensible, they would have moved on from this matter a very long time ago. There is no doubt that it has not been successful in protecting investors, rather. It has been detrimental to the integrity and image of the SEC. In some mysterious way, they have not yet understood the message. They were unsuccessful in every aspect that is significant, as you heard from Brad there. On every front that mattered, they were unsuccessful. Furthermore, the designation of XRP as not being a security is the most important factor for Ripple to consider in order to maintain its commercial operations within the United States. Ripple, the cryptocurrency sector, and the rule of law have already been successful, according to this statement. It is important to note that the status of XRP as a non-security is the law of the land today, and will not alter even in the face of an appeal that is both stupid and frustrating. This is something that we will continue to defend in court for as long as it takes. Keep in mind, the SEC made an unsuccessful attempt to file an appeal with the interlibrary system. These individuals made it quite obvious that they had no intention of contesting the status of XRP as a non-security. Exactly that is the most important factor at play here.